In this video, I'm going to walk you through how we use call tracking very briefly. Um, Call tracking is one of the unique things that we offer as a PPC or SCM managing company. I have never seen another company that does it like we do. We can track the keywords and that people actually, searched to lead to a phone call. Basically, how it works is we give to the client some code that, like Google Analytics code, they put onto every page of their website. So let me just show you. The tracking code is down here. This is the tracking code for sportsadvantage.com. So I'm going to go there, go to their website. You can always search, and this will be useful for you as you get used to this job. View page source right here. This will let you see the kind of the code that is constructing the each website, if you didn't already know that. Control find, Control F, that is, and then you can just paste the code. Oh, it's not on there. That's weird. It should be. Well, if you were doing this and it was set up properly, then the code would be on this page. It should go on every page of the website, just like the Google Analytics code. Once that number, this code is on every page of the website, then it will swap out the phone number that is displayed. So I'm just going to go back to. So whenever someone comes from one of the sources that we have set the account in our account in calltrackingmetrics.com, which is the vendor we use, whenever someone comes from that source, most times it's going to be Google AdWords, but it could also be Bing paid. It could also be Google Organic if people want to track which phone calls are coming from which sources. It could be Facebook, it could be Amazon.com, whatever a client wants. We've done all of them before. It would swap this number out for a tracking number. So I'm just going to roll straight into it and set up the tracking number. So in order to set up a new tracking number for a client, go to Numbers. First off, this is not the one I want to talk about. I want to talk about this one. So Sports Advantage only has this one Google paid tracking number set up. We don't have them on Bing right now, but they are expanding to different places that they're spending money in different places. So say we were going to set them up on Bing and we want to track how effective Bing was at generating phone calls. We would go to tracking numbers up here in the numbers, buy numbers. So this is where you find a number to purchase. They use an 800 number, so we're going to need to use one of these toll-free numbers. If they were just had an area code number like 918 or 503 or whatever, then you can just use the same area code and you would put in what area code it is, search, and Call Tracking Metrics would produce a bunch of different options that you have for which number you want to choose. It doesn't really matter unless the client tells you, I want my number as close as possible to, or my tracking number as close as possible to my number. Then you can do some work to figure that out. Area code numbers are only $185 a month. Toll-free numbers, there's not going to be any 800 numbers, so don't even bother trying. So let's try 866. So we can swap out for their 800 number and 866 number. These are $350 a month. Just so you know, you can talk to the client about it. We have an agency account with calltrackingmetrics.com, and the calltrackingmetrics.com gets paid obviously from these phone numbers per month, and also the 800 numbers, they get paid 4 cents a minute whenever someone calls the tracking number, and they also get either 2 or 3 cents a minute for area code numbers. Okay, so you add this. So to say this is the number I decided I wanted. You put in the receiving number here, so whichever number you're going to be swapping out. That's going to be this number for these guys. Put that in there. Then you choose a tracking source. So this one is Bing paid, since we're going to be setting them up on Bing. That's what we want to be tracking. It can also be a bunch of other things. Talk to either me or your manager. If you are looking to do something other than this, you got to set up a customized one. and then you click By Numbers. Once the tracking numbers are set up, I didn't actually buy the Bing one, so we're just going to look at this Google one. You can verify that it's properly swapping the number out on the website. So you can go to Edit in here, scroll down, and there's tips on how to check if something's working, if it's swapping properly. So I encourage you to do that before, when you think everything is ready. Once it's all working, you can check the call log and see the keywords coming in. So this is the what we're really after. We get to see the landing page they go to, and most importantly down here we get to see the keyword that led to a particular phone call. So we know that this guy from Moss Point City called and probably used this keyword to find them. We then use that information in AdWords, and you can actually link the AdWords into analytics, or excuse me, you can link call tracking in analytics and then analytics into AdWords, which I will direct you to the link on how to do in this section of the Tech Bible, and then you can also look in the setting up analytics goals video for how to link an event as the call is imported as an event into analytics. And then that data can go straight into AdWords. If for whatever reason that's not working, you can just go through here and see what keywords are working and then increase bids for what seems to be working. So this is all very useful information and something that we can uniquely offer to websites or owners of websites who are trying to generate calls, as a lot of other clients can't, or a lot of other companies cannot do this. The final thing I'm going to tell you is what I'd like you guys to send in reports. So every month for a client who uses call tracking as one of their features of our service, I'd like you guys to send them both this call log with the last months of data and also a report overview. So here's where you can download the report overview. You can just download it as a PDF. There's some cool stuff in here. You can see calls by day. You can see, total, say they had other sources set up, you could see which ones are leading to the most phone calls. You can look at total visitors, etc., etc. So just hit PDF and follow the instructions to fill that, or to download that and attach that to your tracking report, to your monthly report. And then to download the call log, go back to the call log and just export it and attach that to the report that you send.